Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. This is Ken. It is Saturday, November 7th, 8 a.m., and this is Saturday Morning Coffee with Ken. Thank you so much for tuning in. My dog Holly is behind me on a squeaky toy and making a whole lot of noise, so I apologize in advance. I hope it's not too distracting. Anyway, for those that have been watching this show for a while, I've been doing the show for about 14, 15 months, I think. Maybe 16. That was last June. I was sad. I was lonely. It was dark. Good morning, Scott Cooper. Good morning, Scott Carmody. And good morning, Scott Cooper. And thank you for the loves and likes that you're giving me. But anyway, I started the show last June. I was sad. I lived in a dark apartment. I was lonely. I was going through a lot of relationship, emotional issues and work issues and life issues in general. So I started talking. I did a video once and shared it, and people liked it and realized, hopefully, that people, no matter how our lives look on Facebook, our lives aren't perfect, and nobody's life is perfect. And I think it's good for people to understand that and realize that, and for people to be open and honest. And that's how the show started, and I've been doing it for 16 months, which seems crazy. But anyway, for those that are watching for a while, you know there's only one rule of Saturday Morning Coffee with Ken, and it's that I don't get to have hey, Holly, come on. I'm about to have my first sip of coffee. I'm here with my dog. I'll show you Holly. Here's Holly. She's my beautiful English Springer Spaniel, but she's feeling playful, and she doesn't care about my live show. So anyway, for those who've been watching a while, you know there's only one rule to Saturday Morning Coffee with Ken, and it's that I don't get to have my very first sip of coffee on a Saturday morning until I push live on Facebook and start talking. And I have done that, so without further ado, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, thank you for tuning in. But I hope you have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of you. Cheers to us. Oh, I woke up a little early today. I usually set my alarm for, 7:45. But my wife, Anne-Marie, is having to go do a bunch of showings this morning. So she set her alarm a little earlier. And I've been wandering around for the last half hour really waiting for that coffee. And it was so good. I'm going to have another sip right now. Oh. How are you guys doing? Good morning, Scott Carmody. Hi, Fritz. Hi, Norwood. Thank you all and Deb for watching. First of all, I'm outside today. Hi, Charles Hooker. I'm back on my patio, and you guys watching know I live in Naperville, Illinois, and being that it's November 7th, it's usually kind of cold at this time, or getting cold, but we've been really blessed with some gorgeous weather over the last, 4 or 5 days or something like that, and, excuse me, it's been beautiful. The temperatures have been in the mid-60s to low 70s, and I've loved it, honestly. It's just been a great weather to be out. I had hoped to play some golf this week, but it didn't happen. And I got out and rode my scooter a ton. Gary, the outside. Somebody's just commenting that I'm outside. Gary, who lives in Texas. Thank you for tuning in, Gary from Texas. I tried to be out on the patio, but again, I started this show in a dark apartment with no patio access, and then I've moved, and it's given me some freedom. When it's cold or rainy, I'm usually in my sunroom, but I do like being outside, and it's beautiful, and you get to enjoy, what's left of the leaves in fall in Texas. Gary, I got Texas on my mind. In Illinois. And it is beautiful outside, and even though it's 50 degrees, which sounds kind of cold, I got my robe on and my slippers and a t-shirt. I feel pretty comfy, so it's good to be out. And excited because I think we got another 4 days of warm weather. I'm going to show you something else just to you hear a lot of crunching going on. And I think this is right. I don't know if you can see all the leaves around me. I kid you not. 2 days ago, there were none of these leaves. Uh-oh. Hello. Whoopsie. Sorry, I twisted my phone wrong, so I threw it off a little bit. I apologize. But anyway, I have leaves all over my patio. I've got somebody blowing leaves in the back. Is that going to bother you? It is going to be a scooter day. Every day's been a scooter day this week, Larry. But again, I had this place swept off, the whole yard raked, and in the last 2 days, this tree right above me had holdover leaves and just dropped them all. So I got to get back out there and do it again. Don't know if I'm going to rake them or sweep them off the patio and just mow the crap out of them and mulch them. That's what I usually like to do. So, how are you guys doing? Have you been enjoying the weather? What's been keeping you busy? Do you burn your leaves, Trey? Good question. I burn a few of them. I certainly don't burn the masses. Trey, you live in Aurora. I don't know if they have... we have a leaf picking up program in Naperville where, I don't know if it's like a street sweeper, I'm assuming, comes by and sweeps up the leaves that are thrown into the street, I guess. And so generally people rake them off or blow them off. Guy's making a lot of noise back there. I hope it's not ruined my sound quality. Yeah, my preferred way, Fritz, is to mulch them up, mow them up. But again, I live in a fairly treed area, and there was a thick carpet of leaves that came down, and it was choking my lawnmower as I tried to mulch them up. So, Trey, no burning leaves in Naperville. Well, Scott, that's not entirely true. There's a couple unincorporated pockets of Naperville, one on like 103rd and Book Road, where I had a good buddy live, and we'd burn leaves from time to time. But generally, you're right. Been out on fishing Lake Erie. Sound is good. Thank you, Ray. What are you, Ray? Are you you're Emery's stepdad? You're my stepdad-in-law, if that's possible, is a big fisherman, and he's been enjoying the last week on Lake Erie fishing for walleye, and he's showing a lot of pictures on Facebook, and every time I see him, talk to him, I tell him he owes me some walleye patties with tartar sauce. So, Ray, I'm still holding out for it, and I'm still looking forward to eating it, and they're going to be tasty. Thank you for watching. I see a bunch of people tuning in. Again, I say this every week, but I do appreciate it. That's fire burning exception here in Naperville. Yeah. Last night was like no other. I was stressed when I laid in bed. I woke up a couple times during the night and wondered what I would talk about, and started feeling anxiety and started thinking about, I don't know, all that could go wrong on Saturday morning coffee with Ken. And, I don't know, laid there for a while and said, maybe this week I'll take the week off. But I chose not to. And I'm glad I did choose not to, because usually when I start talking, it feels real good. And it gets stuff off my chest and makes me think what I was worried about is kind of silly. It's a lot like, I think, if you write down your concerns in your journal, or your to-do list or whatever. I do keep a journal and I try and stay on top of it. I write down some issues or some things I got to do, and then it kind of takes them out of your mind and puts them down on paper. I think the same's true with this show. I get to talk about things that are concerning me or bothering me, and it means a lot, but it means a special much when you guys tune in to listen. Nothing can go wrong with Saturday morning. Fritz, I don't know. Last week, first of all, we have technical difficulties occasionally on Saturday morning coffee with Ken, so things can go wrong. Again, there's a guy grinding sticks. That's another thing that can go wrong. And last week, I really felt like I had very little to say. So that was kind of uncomfortable. But Anne-Marie assured me that it was okay. Anyway, I'm going to have some more coffee. Been a weird week. For me, like emotionally, I felt spent. This whole year has been this massive build up to Tuesday, the election day. And then election day happened, and I found myself just kind of mentally worn out. The talk of COVID and talk of Trump and Biden and Harris and politics, I was just too tired or stopped caring to watch the news or watch Facebook. And I'm just glad the election's over. And I don't even think it's been decided yet. But I'm glad it's over, because it was really a mentally exhausting period for me where I'd get in arguments on Facebook, political arguments, which are kind of stupid. And now I go to Facebook and nobody's really got much to say. And it's kind of funny. But again, it's allowed me to put my phone down a little more than I would have over the previous bunch of weeks and kind of decompress, if you will, and to get a little more rest. The time changed last Sunday too, and that's kind of strange. I think we go to bed earlier just because it gets dark so much earlier, and tend to get a little more rest, so that's good. We've been lounging around, enjoying the time change and enjoying this beautiful fall weather. Let's have some more coffee. It's been an amazing week of work. We've had a stretch of 4 or so weeks that are probably the busiest 4 weeks we've had in a long time. We're taking new listings every week, and every time we take a listing, it starts off a whole series of appointments we got to do to get the thing sold. And the first week of a new listing, we always put an open house on that Saturday, and we listed a real nice home in Naperville. It was real cute. We were meeting with the seller, and sometimes this happens, and it makes you feel good about what you do. But we were meeting with our seller, real nice woman, and her husband, honestly, nice guy too. And we were talking about it, and she was getting kind of teary-eyed because, and sometimes we forget. A lot of the times when people sell their homes, they put a ton into it, their lives into it. They've raised children there, they've had celebrations, they've had mornings, and I think the woman or the couple that's selling the home today had lived in there 20 some years. And again, she got watery-eyed when we were filling out the paperwork and just thinking about the changes that are coming in her life. And that always makes me feel good, because it reminds me what I do is important, and that you can impact people's lives. And anyway, we're excited today because we're having an open house there today. It's 101 North Whispering Hills. I'll put a post on Facebook later. But if you're around, stop by from 1 to 3. Anne-Marie and I will be there. But before that, Anne-Marie is showing homes. We got a referral from a mortgage broker friend. It's too early. Some reason I'm awake. Hi, Jamie. Hot tub. We're working on the hot tub, Fritz. We're not getting closer. We're getting closer. Again, we got a referral from a mortgage broker friend and asked me the other day if we sell homes around Joliet, Plainfield area. And my wife's from Plainfield and knows Joliet, knows the southwest suburbs really, really well. And thank you, Trey. And she's off to show this gentleman a whole bunch of homes this morning, while I get to hang out and do my Saturday morning coffee with Ken and relax and get prepared for our open house. So she's doing most of the heavy lifting for us today. And for that, I love you, Anne-Marie. Let's have a little more coffee. I'm going to look around real quick. Make sure Holly's not causing trouble. Holly! Where are you, good girl? Sometimes she walks off if there's a neighbor walking by, and she likes to say hi. She likes to greet our neighbors, especially if they have dogs. There she is. Good girl. Sometimes the neighbors aren't so thrilled, but she's a really well-behaved dog. Needs a haircut. Really well-behaved girl, and she really stays in the boundaries of our yard. For those walking by on the sidewalk, that's within the boundaries, she thinks. So she goes to say hi. So anyway, yeah, we got a real busy weekend of work today. Or excuse me, Saturday of work. Good morning, Adam. And that always feels real good because I'm a guy that craves being productive and likes to feel like I'm accomplishing things, and I get a little uptight if I don't. If I'm laying around and there's nothing to do, uh, yeah, my mind starts racing and starts wondering what I should be doing and how I could better spend it and blah, blah, blah. So it's nice that we're going to make coffee with Ken this Saturday morning. Well, of course you are, Jamie. You're making coffee with Ken right now. You said you're going to make coffee with Ken this Saturday morning. You are making coffee with Ken this Saturday morning, and I thank you for tuning in. You know, one of the biggest challenges I have doing this show is that my coffee runs out / gets cold during the by the end. My show's tending to run about 25 minutes, half an hour, something like that. She is a good dog. But Anne-Marie came up with the brilliant idea of bringing the coffee pot out here and just setting it on a hot pad. So that's what I've done. Good morning, Kimberly. And I'm going to take advantage of it and hopefully successfully pour this cup of coffee, and I've got a new hot refill right in front of me, and I'm so excited. I was a little nervous that I'd pour the coffee on the computer, fry it out, and ruin my MacBook, but that didn't happen. Hello, Laura. I'm seeing other people sign in. I'm getting a nice turnout today. That's pretty good. After it's all said and done, what we usually do is we share this video to a bunch of our Facebook groups, and it ends up getting watched every week by like 1,500 people, which feels cool. One day I do enjoy doing it, I think, with some apprehension every week. And I would like to increase viewership even more. Maybe I should just celebrate those that I have. And I do every week, I promise you. But in my mind, I see, I don't know, big things for the show, and I don't know why. I'm just sitting here in a robe drinking coffee, but I still do. Oh, the foil. I actually did. Somebody's commenting on the foil. I did. Where'd Holly go? Holly girl! Well, I was bringing the pot out, and there was some used foil on the counter. I go, hey, this will do good to keep my coffee warm. When do you guys put up your Christmas things? That's a great question. Syndicated. Patty, good morning to you. When do we put up our Christmas things? I usually leave all decorative responsibilities to Anne-Marie. But we don't have anything up right now. The kids were making some fallish decorations. They were picking up some leaves and gluing them to plates yesterday. So I'm thinking we're going to decorate with Thanksgiving, for Thanksgiving. Somebody's killing a tree over there. I think we're going to be decorated or keeping our house decorated for fall through Thanksgiving. I'm guessing Anne-Marie sticks to the rules. And I should know this, but sticks to the rules and probably is going to be putting up our not just we will put up our Christmas things probably after Thanksgiving, I think. I think we're kind of traditionalists, but we certainly don't have them now. And I don't want to rush through this fall because it's still beautiful out, and it's beautiful for the next several days. But I love seasons, and I'm not afraid of Christmas. I'm looking forward to snow. And hoping we get a ton of it this year because I think it's beautiful. It is the first Christmas married for us two. Yeah, we've been together on Christmases past, but just never as a married couple. So that is kind of fun. Hi, Gail. Oh, it's so good. And it's good to have a backup. So anyway, trying to think what else I have for you guys. Again, it's been a real good week. It's been a weird week. We had the election happening. We've had this beautiful, beautiful weather. Anne-Marie and I have been busy as crud with work. We had our kids around this week. I say every week we have 5 kids between us, and we have a strange combination of children. It could be 5, it could be 3, it could be 2, or sometimes it's none. And today it is none. I'm going to slide this table forward a little. Hopefully I don't crash everything because I'm getting in the sun. and I believe lighting's important. I'm still in the sun. What the heck? I did wake up last night kind of bummed. I was up at like 3:30, and I've talked about this before. One of the biggest challenges I face is I got divorced about 8 years ago, and I miss my daughters. I see them regularly, but not as regularly as I'd like. And at like 3:30 or 4, I was kind of bummed. I texted my daughter, Erin, who was 14, and she didn't respond, although she did. I found out later she did respond at like 10:30 at night. And it made me sad and lonely, and I was thinking I was missing, thank you, Trey. I was just kind of missing my daughters. And I assume I'm not alone, and it's probably not even divorced parents. I'm sure it's harder on divorced parents. But as our kids grow and get into the tween and teen years, I don't know, they're not around as much. And since they primarily live in Oswego with their mom, I see them way less than I'd like. And I love when they're here, and I love being involved in their lives. And honestly, I wish I would have them more often, and they would, good morning, Elijah, my favorite, I say this, Naperville musician. Although I'm also friends with Eric Greeno, who's also a favorite Naperville musician. I met a couple of cool guys over the last several years just out investigating things in Naperville. Guys, I don't know, what are you, street performers? And they would be out on the corner in Naperville playing this beautiful music through a speaker. And and this is pre-COVID mainly, but the whole town would be filled with this beautiful music. And good morning. A woman just walked by. Holly's probably going to go say good morning to her too. Holly, hey, leave her alone. You don't need to say hi to everybody. I got her in time. But they play this beautiful, beautiful music, and they'd have their guitar case open and take tips or whatever. But it's just part of what I love about Naperville, and part of what I've missed about Naperville this year. The downtown's beautiful. I think outside of downtown Chicago, it's the nicest downtown area in all the suburbs of Chicago, and it feels like a vacation town on a nice day. And again, I'm talking pre-COVID, but it'd be packed with people, and restaurants would be open, and people would be shopping and having a good time. And I knew some people, again, that would play music and help entertain the crowds, and Elijah's one of them. Eric's too loud. Haha, you got kicked out. Thank you for the kind words. Hope all's well. Always enjoying. All right. Yeah, Eric's a little bit more of a troublemaker than I expected. I see his posts on Facebook. He posts political things. And I guess my stereotype of a musician is somebody that wouldn't be on the same political side as Eric. And he did get kicked out, and which I found disappointing because I thought his music was really cool. And he was an activist. He'd go to the police station and try and set up meetings with the mayor and try and get him it okay to play his music. And I wish it was, but I guess I sort of understand the whole town's rattling with his music, so I get that. So anyway, I'm trying to think what else I have for you today. I want to say, I say it every week, but I'm going to say it again. I thank you guys so much for watching. It means a ton to me. Again, every night as I'm going to bed, I'm a little nervous because I don't know what I'm going to say. And I'll wake up in the night and I'll feel like maybe this year or this day I'm just going to sleep in and not do my Saturday morning coffee with Ken. But usually sitting down here, as I said at the start of the show, it's like therapy for me. I get stuff off my chest, and it always feels good, and I'm always in a better mood after I'm done. And so I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank you for all the love and support you give me. It's really crazy. Every week I get so many messages and people saying nice things to me, and it feels real good. And saying nice things about Anne-Marie as well. And we appreciate you guys for watching and all the love and support you give us and our family, and just following along in our little story called life. So thank you so much for that. And, I don't have a ton for you, but I hope you have enjoyed this gorgeous, gorgeous weather we've had. And if you live in Chicago area over the last several days and the weather we have going forward, I hope you appreciate the little things. Because again, I get worried all the time. I've struggled with anxiety a lot of my life. When I do, I try and focus on the little things. Even I'm petting my dog Holly right now. Even the joy she's getting in it, and the soft hair on her head, and the sunshine, and the leaves crunching under my feet. Wasn't it Anne Marie's birthday last week? It was, Scott Cooper. The open house. Okay, well, I appreciate you guys keeping me going. It was Anne Marie's birthday last Sunday. We had an open house that day, and she had to work, and kind of a quiet little thing, and I was watching the Bears, which probably isn't a good thing to do on your wife's birthday, but she didn't have a ton of energy anyway, and the Bears were horrible. But it was her birthday, and thank you for noticing. I won't give her age because I probably shouldn't, but she's still a beautiful young lady. And what was your other question? When's the open house? Trey, it's at 1 o'clock today at 101 North Whispering Hills. I'll put a post on Facebook and spread it all over. And I think we're going to have a great crowd there and hopefully get it sold. We've had a good string over the last 2-3 weeks of putting our new listings under contract. And that feels good. And I hope it continues today. So anyway, real quickly back to this. Appreciate the little things because we all get down and we all get stressed and we all get worried, some more than others, and I'm certainly one of the more. And when it sounds cheesy or cliche, but when you count your blessings instead of counting your problems, you're probably going to be at a lot happier space in life. And something I say because I struggle with it. And when I tell you it's not because you need to know, it's more because I do. And I need to keep my, mind focused on the right place. If you have your kids around, squeeze them and tell them you love them, even the teens and tweens that probably don't want it. Because I'll tell you, as a divorced dad, I miss having my kids around every day. And if you're lucky enough to have your parents alive, give them a call or shoot them a text or go visit them and tell them that you love them. Because, and I say this a lot, I know whenever my daughters reach out to me, even if it's a little text, it means a ton. So reach out to your parents and tell them you love them. And enjoy the weekend ahead. I hope you have a great weekend. If you are living in the Chicago area, that you get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. I hope you have an awesome, awesome, awesome week coming up. Again, the weather here is going to be beautiful. I don't know what we have going on, but we don't have any kids, so we're going to enjoy that. And anyway, I want to thank you again for watching, and thank you for all the love and support you give me. And thank you for all the likes and shares. I see somebody liking down below. I don't know who it is, but for those that like my videos, I'm very insecure. So I love when you guys like, and share my videos. Again, I'm trying to increase viewership. We're going to be ordering Coffee with Ken t-shirts soon. We haven't done it yet, but we're excited to. And we'll send out a t-shirt to anybody that shares our video. I owe 5 t-shirts so far. And excited about getting them. They're going to be high quality because nobody wears cheap t-shirts, but everyone likes nice things. So that's our plan. And anyway, just thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for saying that, Scott Cooper. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Hope you have a great, great Saturday because it's going to be beautiful. If you're free today and you're in Naperville, stop by 101 North Whispering Hills because we're going to be there. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.